He calls President Obama the bystander-in-chief and outlines in his brand new book all the reasons America has to stop the rampant government spending. By Friday's downgrade, the S&P, Mark Stein's brand new book, well, it couldn't come at a more appropriate time. Joining me now is the author of the brand new book, After America. Get ready for Armageddon. The one and only Mark Stein. How you doing?
Hey, great to be with you.
The crew is just, did you have a hard time throwing the football?
I get more. It's like, I don't like to, be the unassimilated immigrant, but that's one of those things where ball size and shape, it's all about muscle memory at my age.
The reason that people ask, well, why don't you have a real football? Because I've already broken more lights in this studio than anybody I know.
I'm gonna get a cricket ball next time and get the Afghan national cricket team in to come and guest when we do that bit.
Well, then I'm out of my league. Although I can hit a pretty good baseball. I fear that the American dream, the America I grew up in, is vanishing before my eyes. And I'm not the only one that feels this way. Polls back this up. Your book goes into this. You talk about Athens, Greece. You talk about Rome. You talk about falling empires. What are you saying about America right now in its current state?
Yeah, because I'm saying that you are the particular beneficiary of 2 centuries of a particular kind of inheritance that can be lost before you even know it. And people who think that the very unique peace and prosperity that Americans have enjoyed in the last 50 or 60 years is a permanent condition of life are deluded. The downgrade is the beginning of it. The riots we see in London are the next stage in the process.
Maybe 10 years down the road?
Well, I think it'll be quicker than 10 years. I think if we are going to be in really serious trouble if we do not roll back this government spending by mid-decade. When these guys come up with their plans for, 2020, 2030, that's all ridiculous. Waste of time. We need to act far before that.
You talk about the Roman Empire and how they stopped inventing, stopped creating, stopped growing. And what you said, it's not that America no longer invents, but we're determined to disinvent everything our great-grandparents created to enable the self-indulgent lives we take for granted.
Right.
That struck me.
Yeah, because I think you look at the light bulb. When Edison invented the light bulb, man conquered night. Man got to determine. There was no point staying up till 2 in the morning before you can do anything. The light bulb conquered night. The internal combustion engine conquered distance. Now we think, well, what have we done lately? We get all excited because, we've come up with a smaller iPod for downloading Justin Bieber. It's not enough. It's not enough.
So Americans are soft. We've gotten spoiled, self-indulgent. We've lost that hard work ethic. I see it a lot. I see it a real lot. Nobody wants to work as hard as my parents and grandparents. They didn't have any option. There was no safety net. They didn't have, family money to fall back on.
Well, and this idea that we don't need to work in the fields 12 hours a day or whatever. I mean, I think that the problem with America and much of the Western world is that we've voted ourselves a lifestyle we're not willing to pay for. And so we're burdening our children and grandchildren. I wouldn't mind if somebody says, I only want to work, 20 hours a week, that's fine. But to say, I want to work 20 hours a week and I want to expense it, I want to bill it to my unborn grandchild, that's actually wicked and immoral. And our government class are leading in the campaign to beggar our kids and grandkids.
You talk about a mediocrity of spirit, and you say no matter how you slice it, this is tyranny.
Yeah, yeah.
America's now headed towards, Mark Levin in his book, and I know you are with Mark Levin, he talked about soft tyranny.
Right. I think it's actually hard tyranny. I think when a kid has a lemonade stand, I speak as an immigrant here. I chose this country.
You wrote about this in the book. This was very interesting how you, from your perspective, you said you left this behind.
Yeah.
Now it's coming here.
Yeah, because I've seen this stuff all over the world, and it's failed all over the world. And every immigrant, I was on the radio guest hosting for Rush last year, and a Polish guy calls in, and he said, I came to America to escape this stuff. Where do I escape to once America's gone? There's no good answer to that question. And I think that the lemonade, when a girl running a lemonade stand, as happened in Georgia a couple of weeks ago, is told she needs $300 worth of permits to sell lemonade in her own front yard. And Mark is wrong. That's not soft tyranny. That is actually pretty damn hard tyranny.
What it is tyranny, and his is liberty versus tyranny.
Yeah.
Look, we don't have a lot of time here, and there's way too much to get into, but you really, as you look into your crystal balls, I read this, alarm bells are going off in my head. What do you then conclude? Because my conclusion is that unless we reverse course in a pretty drastic way, and adopt austerity measures as Greece, as Great Britain. You see the riots in London. And unless we do it quickly, we have 50% of the country that's saying that we have a voting majority. You even talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think what's interesting is this next election. If the IMF is correct, and China is on course 2016 to become the world's leading economic power, then the president we elect November next year is going to be the last president of the United States to preside over the world's leading economy. That fact should shame every American. And it should shame every American into going into the voting booths and saying, we want a candidate who's pledged to reverse that, who's pledged to roll that back, who's going to say...
Do you see that candidate?
I would like a candidate. There's good people in the field, but I want a candidate who's actually going to stand up and say, this cabinet department's got to go, this bureaucracy has got to go, this agency is going to be privatized, these regulations are going to go. This isn't going to be a land where we tell a girl with a lemonade stand in second grade that she needs $300 worth of permits to do that, because that's a negation of the American Revolution. George III would not. George III he may have had the Tea Party, but he didn't go after the 7-year-old girls and impose excise duties on selling lemonade in your front yard.
Extraordinarily well said. The book is terrific. It's always good to see you. I'm going to let more. I'm going to give you a second. No.
Oh, no.
I'm going to give you a second shot. But hang on. No, hang on. We got to check in with Greta for a sneak peek of what is.
Sean, Sean, you'll love this. London has a crisis. We have a crisis. They have riots. We have economics. Prime Minister Cameron, he comes home from vacation. Our president goes on vacation. Prime Minister Cameron calls Parliament back to work. Our Congress sits at home. Go figure. Anyway, I thought you'd like that one.
Well said.
But anyway, we have much more tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but really the economy is an absolute, it's so much uncertainty. It's now spreading to the states and spreading overseas. Ambassador John Bolton is here, and we have a governor to tell how it's affecting his state and much more. Back to you.
All right, and Greta coming up in 18 short minutes. Now, no. First of all, you're holding it wrong.
Oh, really? How do I do it?
You're holding it like this.
Right.
Just hold it like this.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
Come back here. Okay. Joe Montana showed me that.
Okay. Like this.
Ready?
Like this.
Like this. Put your
like
shoulder.
This. Okay.
Oh, no. All right. Our great American panel. There's no hope.